Whatever comes into your brain, just say it.
That's
okay.
right.
Okay. You ready to get going, Frank?
Sure. And I give a lot of edit points too, so I'm okay.
Okay. There we go. I like it. I love to hear it. Okay, my friends, welcome to a special edition of Runnah. We are here live at the Cape Cod Marathon Expo. We are with the one and the only Frank Shorter. He needs no introduction. Here he is.
I'm not sure about that. I need no introduction if you're a certain age.
I feel like even people my age know who you are at least.
Well, yeah, and then I can say, well, you can always Google me. And what I say is some of it's actually true.
I'm sure some of it is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Wikipedia page is debatable.
No, it's pretty good.
It's pretty accurate. Yeah. Well, we're here at the Cape Cod Marathon today, and we were just talking about that you actually, which happens in Falmouth, you actually live in Falmouth now.
Yeah, moved here. My wife, Michelle, and I moved here 4 years ago.
Yeah.
It segues in a way over to, how I got involved in the marathon, the running community here. I've been coming to the Falmouth Road Race for many years. And then, the running group here, I got connected to that group.
Yeah.
And there was so, I guess, maturation is a kind word for it. There was not that much change over time in what the core group was and how they got along. And there was a tradition here. Started by, that early group, that was involved in the Falmouth Road Race.
Yeah.
Courtney Bird, for example, is a good example of that.
He was here earlier today.
Yeah. And I felt accepted in that group. So about 4 years ago, my wife and I decided where do we want to go to kind of move forward for the rest of our lives and sort of leave some baggage behind.
Yeah.
When this became a very logical place.
Makes sense to me.
And in a way, I'll admit it was because there hadn't been that much evolution over time in terms of the group here.
Yeah,
that became our group.
A lot of people you met.
Yeah. And so that's really how I got involved in the Cape Cod Marathon.
They're like Courtney Bird and crew, pretty much.
Yeah. Part of that group was Jack Afarian.
Okay.
And so,
did you know Jack personally before this?
I met him through the group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so,
which makes sense.
And we all volunteered when I first started to come here permanently, and moved here. I became one of the volunteers. I was the guy clicking at the finish line, and
as does anyone who lives in town.
Anyone who lives in town. So becoming involved with the marathon was just part of it.
Yeah.
And the other thing was I could contribute in the sense that I have a book that I can sign, and all the profits go to the race. I can come here and do interviews and let people know that, again, it's a well run race. And that's people don't realize that these events are what I term one of the world's longest checklists.
I'm gonna agree with you, Frank, on that one.
You have to have someone who loves this, to do it. And that group, and Jack Afarian's one of them. You go,
definitely.
How can you get so much out of doing this? And how can this be so much fun for you? but it is, and it just speaks to the love of running that we already have. I used to call it sharing a disease. And now I call it an affliction. So we kind of all have the same affliction, and it doesn't go away. And that's what's wonderful to see, to be here and see the young runners coming through with that same feeling.
Passion.
Because we grew up in an era where running was not acceptable.
Yeah.
In a way, as a social activity.
Well, especially for women too. That was a big no.
Absolutely. Even in terms of men.
Yeah.
In the 70s, you might correct me if I'm wrong, in Spain, men couldn't wear shorts to run in public. They had to have clothes.
Really?
Yeah. And so
Wild.
that, and so part of the equality is so great. And for instance, what we knew, right away when, I was running at my best was that, and then I started to decline.
It's kind of what happens when you get a little older.
Yeah, everybody. But what I realized that women decline less slowly and they last longer. People don't remember that for a while, the world's best time in the marathon was held by a woman over 40. Mm-hmm. And
there's a lot of moms like in their 40s who are like setting the world records and stuff. Helen O'Beary,
Yep. And so, again, it's an equal sport. And I think what strikes me most is that the appreciation is equal.
Definitely. Yeah.
You know what a good performance is because you make effort yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you can see when that effort is being made.
Oh, definitely.
And then on the other hand, for me personally, because I became chairman of U.S. Anti-Doping, you also develop an ability to see those people who maybe aren't quite doing it on the up and up because
smell things
we all have a way of slowing down and we appreciate the effort and can see it in other runners. And that's all part of the joy of watching the run. And that's why when I got into television, I loved being on the motorcycle in front of the runners doing the telecast from there. In fact,
do you still do that, Frank?
No, I used to. I don't do that much anymore.
Okay.
But I actually was at Joni Benoit's Olympic race.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
In 1984, I was in the motorcycle and I called her race and I got to watch that and I could
You lived a cool life, my dude.
What?
You lived a cool life, my dude.
And when she in the marathon took off like after 2 miles, and Greta Weitz and Ingrid Christensen from Norway were behind her, and they were sort of the favorites at the time. I said, and I watched how Joni was running and how easy it was for her. I'm still on record on that telecast, and it says, and I said, they're making a big mistake.
Oh.
They're letting her go. And that was it. She was gone.
Yeah, you knew. You could see when.
Yeah.
It's that kind of like instinct when you have run enough. You watch something and you're like, oh, I know what's going to happen. Like you can just feel it in your bones.
Yep.
When something like that happens.
Yep. And so that's why it's fun. It's still fun.
Yeah.
And I am really on the far side of the bell curve. But I still enjoy the effort. And that's what I think I found out is, we all, as we were getting good, could run very well at the highest level we were able to, and then on the decline, you can still get the same satisfaction every day if you put out the same kind of effort.
Yeah, exactly. It's all relative.
It's all in your head, and you go, no, that's it, and that was good, and that's as well as I can do today.
Yeah. Do you have like any distances that you're running that it's like are your favorite right now?
No. I'm one distance. I go about an hour a day, little more, jog walking.
Okay.
And that's it. But the other thing I do is I run the pool.
Oh, okay.
And I do that in addition.
Nice.
And I found at my age, my heart rate is actually higher.
When you're pool running?
When I'm pool running.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I can feel satisfied doing that.
Yeah.
And then take the stress off my body without the pounding.
Yeah. You're not slamming your joints into the ground anymore.
Yeah. So again, you learn to adapt.
Yeah. And it's definitely like really great to see, like, cause I was at this finish and starting line. I'm sure you heard me at least once. I'm very loud all day this morning, but it's interesting to see people of different abilities get the same, like you said, the same level of satisfaction, whether they finished in like, today was the half marathon, an hour and 5 minutes or like 3 and a half hours. Like that level of just like, I did that.
It's all in the faces.
I love it.
It's great. It's great.
Yeah. Now your book. So is that kind of like your main jumping off point right now for like your.
Well, yeah. And I never really promoted it. It's actually very hard to get now, but it was something I did, after I emerged from a childhood, that was very abusive, and for my sisters, even more abusive.
I'm sorry, Frank.
And it was at a time, 2011, where I thought it would be good actually for my sisters
Yeah.
who suffered, let's put it this way, all of the above
Yeah. Okay.
from parent.
Yeah.
father.
That's not good.
And so I felt it was just time to let people know that you can, in a way,
Talk about
use
these
running
things.
or other activities to deal with it.
Yeah.
Because it teaches you how to, the way I put it is compartmentalize.
Yeah.
In a way to give yourself a break from dealing with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's something, the advice I always try to give to people, sort of in a way outside of that is, and why I got into running as stress relief from that, I carried that on to college.
Yeah.
And used the running as much as a compartmentalization that took me away from the academics.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could be apart from the academics. It was my recovery. And then, I could go back to it. So again, that's another source
definitely.
of your running. And I think it's one that when you talk to people about it, they say, oh yeah, I mean, that's why I do it. Cause I'm out there and I can think about anything I want.
Yeah. Yeah. It gives you space.
Yep.
It's like, sometimes it can even include the physical space too, of just like, I need to get away from a person or a situation or something like that.
Yep. And then you can focus on that. And what happened is after I graduated from Yale and started med school,
you were a doctor too, Frank?
No, I was a lawyer too.
Oh.
And I started med school, but I was getting better and better. And they wouldn't let me change my schedule so I could get enough sleep.
Oh, okay.
So I dropped out, went to Florida, started to train with the group down there. 3 of us made the Olympic team. And while I was there, I found I still needed to do that compartmentalizing.
Yeah.
So I actually went to law school full time while I was training for the Olympics in
Interesting.
72. And, but it worked for me.
Yeah. It's not everyone's calling, but like definitely.
Yeah. And I figured even though I knew I probably wasn't going to be a lawyer, I could, it was a good backup.
Yeah.
And just in case, just in case. And then in my future life, it became something I could use when I started to work to open the sport to prize money and, drug testing and everything. So I had kind of the legal approach, which is really almost more of a stomach feeling to know what could be coming.
But yeah, so it's that shared experience a lot of the time too, that like brings us all back to running.
Yeah.
And makes it so like, okay, anyone of any ability can be part of the running community, which is a big through line we like to have at the Cape Cod Marathon here. I'm just letting.
And again, there are only a few out there there's only going to be a few that are at the head, and only one is going to win.
Yeah.
In each.
Yeah, but you can still
each male, female, each age group. But I think also what strikes me right now is that the age group running is just as important, I think.
I think so.
As the open.
Yeah.
And so that as you age, you can, you go to a higher age group, you're not lamenting it. You're going, oh, good, I'm at the bottom of that group.
Yeah.
And it gives you an advantage.
I feel like the master's programs have gotten pretty popular, which is great.
Yeah. But I got to the point, and unfortunately for those of us who really started running early, we found out very quickly that generally as we age in our age groups, those who started running later and didn't have to deal with a lot of the
initial injuries,
they're better than we are.
In the master's category.
Yes, in the master's categories. Yeah.
Everyone has their time in the spotlight.
Yep. And then the other thing that people, in a way, don't actually still talk about, and we always talked about injuries. Yeah. But I have a way of describing as you grow older, we get together in groups. Like we have our group gets together, Jack and I, Friday nights, here in town, and the group gets together. And so you talk about things going on. Yeah. But with regard to the running, when we were younger, we talked about our races and our training and then our injuries. And now we talk about our injuries first.
And then our training.
and then our training and then our races.
Yeah. Yep. This sounds like the correct order to be talking about things in. I totally understand that. But it's nice to have that community, though, of like people to go back to who are like, I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Because I have some like weird chronic illnesses, Frank. So like I'm more injury prone than a lot of other people just from the way my body is built. So I totally really appreciate when other people are like, oh my God, can you believe we're dealing with this again?
I used to, and I can still say, the way I've rationalized it is, I'm 77 now, and
But you're doing pretty good for 77.
and I like the idea of presenting myself as in a separate kind of sub-age group.
Okay.
And I describe myself as in a category that's age 75 to 79 with more than 10 major orthopedic procedures. And so that's my subgroup.
Okay. This is kind of like, you know how, not exactly the Paralympics, but you know how the Paralympics, like if you go, like you run track and field, they have like T1, T3, T4, whatever it is. Like it's a subgroup, you know?
Yeah, it's a subgroup.
Yeah. It's a classification. So that way we know how to grade your results properly.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh,
and again, as long as you get done and you know.
Yeah. As long as
that's
you
it.
enjoy
That was
it.
as much as I had.
Yeah. As long as you're finding joy in whatever it is that you're doing.
Yep.
And you're like, I think moving your body just in general is like a positive thing.
Yep.
Like, I feel like you're getting the most out of it that you really can.
Yeah. And you can be honest with yourself. I
Yeah.
really do think you can.
I think so. I can definitely agree with that. Meeting yourself where you are is really hard sometimes.
Yep.
It's one of the hardest skills out there, like being present in the moment and then being honest with yourself and not overstepping and setting too big of goals.
And being thankful.
Yes, 100%. Every time I go out on a run, I'm always just like thankful to be out there. And at the end of the day, I write a list of things that I'm thankful for. We like to keep it like positive if we can.
And still for me, I'll go out to run and all I have to do is start.
Exactly.
You know, it's like, and I used to sort of compare it to going off a high dive. Once you go off, you're going to hit the water. You might as well figure out what you're going to do.
That's a really good point.
And I think a lot of us share this idea of having a goal, and you really do. And this has to do with the goal setting. Little advice that I always worked for myself was that on any given day, even on an interval day or an easy day or a race day, in my mind, I would set up a goal for that day that was reasonable and attainable.
Yeah, and realistic.
If I were having a not so good day.
That I feel like that's
you
kind
know,
of that like ABC
as long as
goal thing.
I hope this makes sense, but as long as is I have that goal, and I say, look, I think I've trained enough to do that. To do that, and then you can feel satisfied when you go beyond it.
Yeah, it's like kind of I'm training for a 50 miler right now. I did a 50K. Actually, I won my 50K, Frank.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Watch out. But
don't worry.
But I think one of the nice things when you get to like the 50 miler or higher distance, they call it an attempt. Like it's not called I'm going to a race, it's calling I'm attempting the distance.
Yep.
So it's not that you are like you're not being like unrealistic with yourself. You're just telling yourself, and it's just the general terminology that most of these ultra marathon races use, like, I'm attempting a 50 miler, I'm attempting a 100 miler.
Well, to think about it, again, for people, the way I viewed it, you know, they've known we were the first to be studied by the exercise physiologists, and they determined that, you know, in your body, in your system, and in your liver, and where else you have about 2,000 utilizable calories in your body at any given time, and you burn about 100 calories a mile. Yeah. And if you do the math, that's 20 miles.
Yeah, and
that's so most people have to develop an ability to go other places for that, and that's why I think that's what the wall is.
Oh,
and
definitely.
so when you take that and you go beyond that, that it makes it sort of exponentially harder. It's not just a straight line.
Oh no.
You see what I mean?
Oh yes.
It goes. It's
like road marathon running and trail ultra marathoning, completely different sports.
Yep.
completely different sports. But
You know, I did that. I did TV for the Western States 100.
oh, did you?
Yeah, in Leadville, and actually I
Interesting.
ran about 30 miles of it.
Really?
Yeah, and I would run along with the people, and they had rest stops where you could sleep.
Yeah, the aid stations and stuff where they had like little cots and things.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I ran along. I ran 30 of the 100.
Did you pace someone?
I actually ran with the leaders.
Oh, okay.
And it was a very interesting story. I ran with the leaders starting at, I think it was about the 12-mile point, halfway, and you went over a pass called Hope Pass, 12,000 feet. And I ran with the leader to the top of the pass and then did an interview with him at the top of the pass. And then we went down to only 7,000 feet to go to the next aid station. And we were running along, and we were going to be into the next aid station. And I was talking to him, and I turned, and there he was on the side of the road.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Did he
So
fall?
I went to, he got up eventually.
Oh, God.
No, he just collapsed.
Oh, he like hit the wall.
He hit the wall.
Oh.
And so I went to the next aid station, which was, maybe 16 miles. And I waited for the next runner to come in behind. And so he rested for a little bit and then started to run. So I went out with him to run. And I'm running along, and all of a sudden, he's gone. And so, and the real funny part of it was, one of the guys who worked in my stores was in third place, and he came along. His name is Skip Hamilton, and he came along, and he eventually won the race. So,
interesting.
Yeah. He didn't take the lead until like 90 miles.
It's a very much so a long game.
Yep.
You have to be in it to in the long. Like you're there to get to the end.
Yep.
You're just like you're out there having an adventure, and that's kind of it.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I never
felt like you were compelled to do it.
Never felt.
You don't have to.
No, I didn't.
I feel like we're a little bit along the.
But part of that was I didn't run that many marathons either, because the worst part of the marathon, in a way, for me, was having to back off what I did for a month after.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't like that. So I only ran, I think the most marathons I ever ran was the first year I ran. I think I ran 4. And then I averaged 2.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty average. 2 is pretty average.
Yeah. But I didn't want to
increase it at all.
And have more recovery.
Yeah, that's fair too.
Because I just enjoy being out running.
Yeah.
Being out training.
Yeah. You just enjoy the act of doing the running.
Right.
Not the act of doing the running is higher ranked than the competition side of it. Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's how it should be.
Yeah.
You should enjoy things. People are always like, I feel like I could run or I should run. I'm like, well, if you don't want to, you don't have to. You don't have to. It's nice to push yourself, and it's nice to do things, but you don't have to do those.
Well, I kind of did that after the 72 Olympics. I started to earn my living in a way that required that I still be out there running.
Yeah, that's true.
Or at least involved. And so I would have an excuse.
Yeah, I guess
to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what are you doing? No, I'm not going to the office.
I'm gonna go train. They'll be like, Frank, what are you doing again?
Yeah. Yep.
And they all just like roll their eyes. They're like, oh gosh, here we go again.
So that's it.
I think that's great. I think it'd be awesome, Frank, if you wanted to maybe give a little bit of advice to anyone who's running the marathon tomorrow, or someone who just is thinking about starting up some running.
Well, I think in the marathon, I've always said right from the start that everyone goes out too fast.
Oh, yeah. I saw that today at the half marathon.
Yeah, and everyone goes out too fast. And so, again, early on, 40 years ago, we were telling people, again, Jeff Galloway, who started training people, that, and he was very good at going out easily. And I said, no matter what your level, start out at an effort you feel within the first 2 or 3 miles that you feel you could maintain, and even on a reasonable level, and back off at least 30% from that.
I feel like that's very good advice. Yeah.
For about 20 miles. And then I always said, once you get to 22 miles, you'll thank me.
Yeah. Oh,
So, yeah, once the
yes.
wall comes, you'll say, "Oh, that's why."
I just ran Berlin, and like I'm very much so known in our running group for being a very even pacer. I hit the same split over and over again, and like if people go past me, they go past me. But I'm also known for passing everyone at the end.
That's right.
Because even in Berlin, when I was just running it, like I passed so many people at the finish, like just over the last 2 miles, because everyone was like into the ground.
Yep, and that's how you do it.
Yeah, I think that's really good advice, Frank. Whether you're running the marathon or you're just starting out running, just like don't going out too fast and pacing yourself are really good pieces of advice. Okay. If people want to find your book, is there anywhere that they can find it? Or they just have to come back to the Cape Cod Marathon next year?
You just have to come back to the Cape Cod Marathon.
I think that's a great excuse.
Maybe you could get it online through them because they have an ability to get the book.
I'll have to talk to Jackie and Kathy about that.
Go to their website and just, order it from there.
Yeah, and then come
because
run.
To me, it's a donation anyway. That's why I still have it. I don't make any money on it.
Yeah. I mean, you have your whole like clothing line and everything too.
Well,
and like many years of being in the spotlight.
Yep.
To hopefully keep you at a good spot, I would hope. So.
I think so.
Yeah, I think we're good. Well, thanks for being on, Frank.
Thank you.
It's always great to have you here at the Cape Cod Marathon Expo and everything too. And friends, I will put some information about Frank's book in the description down below. And if you want to register for next year's Cape Cod Marathon, that's going to happen in January. So stay tuned for that. But that's it. That was the end. Thanks for coming on, Frank.
You're welcome. Good luck, everyone.
That's right. Okay. We did it, Frank.
Good.
You did great.
Thank you.
You're professional anyway. Thank you for listening to this episode of Runnah. This podcast is edited, hosted, and produced by me, Julianna Coughlin. Brought to you in part by the Falmouth Running Club and the Falmouth Community TV station. If you'd like to connect with us, you can find us on Instagram and on TikTok at runnahpod. And you can send us an email at runnahpod@gmail.com. And our original theme music was brought to you by the one and the only wonderful Jeffrey Hutton. And keep up the great work. I'm proud of you.